So the GeForce 3080 has been out for quite some time, but we haven't actually get our hands on, those rather premium products in this category. So today we have something that falls in that category, which is the Aorus RTX 3080 Extreme, the flagship model for the Aorus RTX 3080 for this current release. Starting from the packaging, we can already see that the packaging for the Aorus RTX 3080 Extreme is huge. So if we compare to any of the 3080 we have tried in the past, few weeks ago, this is the biggest one we ever received to date. The box itself is literally thick pieces of hard cardboard, which will definitely protect the card, from shipping damage or something, because it's so extra thick. So for the content of the box, well, you're definitely getting the card itself, but something extra you get inside the box is the Aorus case badge, which you can stick it on your case or something else. And of course, the Aorus Eagle robot, but for this one, it's in black color instead of the usual silver or gray color we've seen in their promotion messages, marketing details. So for those of you who are really into tempered glass build, this is probably one of the figurine you can put inside your case, to showcase to your friend that you bought a rather premium graphics card that comes with a premium gift. So if we take a closer look at the card, we can see that the thickness is about 4 slots, which is the thickest I've seen to date. And of course, the fan design is the usual triple fan with one of the fans in the middle spinning in an alternate direction, which, according to Gigabyte, will provide better coverage to improve the cooling performance. And we have tested that, proven. So this is one of the best design for graphics card cooler you can find in the market. Now for the RGB lovers out there, you can expect some of the RGB lightings around the card, such as this reflective part near the fans, which will light up according to your preference if you configure it in the RGB Fusion 2.0 software. And of course, there's also another screen here. Yes, there's a screen underneath this section, which allows you to customize, the display a little bit. And of course, to show the temperature of the card. Now here's something that I really wanted to highlight, is that this card requires 3 PCIe 8 pins to power up. So this is something you don't get to see every day. So, well, if you're really getting this card for yourself, I'm expecting that your system is very powerful, high-end enough to have a power supply to support 3 pieces of PCIe 8-pin power to run this graphics card. And if you look at the back plate of the card itself, you'll notice the Aorus design here, which looks great, I would say. This is probably the best backplate design I've seen. And like the rest of the NVIDIA graphics card in the RTX 30 series, this card here also features the cutout at the back of the card to allow hot airs to be exhausted to the top part of your case, which can be exhausted out from the case via the rear cooling fan of your case. Taking a closer look at the I/O ports, this is a lot, yes. It has been quite a while since we last saw a graphics card that has this many display output. So if you're looking for multiple monitor setup, this card is definitely the one that can fulfill that requirements of yours. Now we've seen how the card looks like and the features it has. Let's take a dive into the performance now. that we have seen the performance number from our benchmark, you can pretty much tell what this card is capable of. Yes, it is a powerful card you can get nowadays, but I do have my concern here for this card because of its weight and size. Unlike most of the 3080 out there, this card is a lot more heavier than those, and the thickness itself will require quite some clearance. And even if you have a case that supports that amount of clearance, you will have to deal with the weight itself, because I can pretty much tell how heavy this card is and how it's gonna look like when it's installed in your case without any support. So to avoid any sagging issues with this card, you might have to resolve with a third-party bracket to hold this card in place, or perhaps those graphics card holder you can find in the market. So weight aside, here's another thing I would like to point out. It's rather subjective because the 3-pin PCIe power is somewhat redundant as what I can tell, because if we look at the performance of the card, it's pretty much similar to the 3080 we have tried in the past, and the power draw is very identical. So the third 8-pin power connector here, well, I can't really see any purpose of it as of now, and probably for the mass. Some users who are probably going for the extreme measures might find this useful, especially if they really want to push this card to the max, but of course that's probably extreme overclocking already. And now the price, the Aorus RTX 3080 Extreme here is definitely not cheap. Priced at 4,699 ringgit, this card here is definitely not the kind of card that's meant for the mass. So who is this card for? Well, if you're one of those who are really into a full Aorus build and aiming for something rather premium, yes, this is the one you're looking for. Or perhaps you are one of those who really want to push the card to the max just for the sake of, you know, getting yourself into the Hall of Fame for ISTRI or other overclocking benchmarks. Well, this is definitely the card you can really look into, and perhaps that extra 8-pin PCIe will serve its purpose. So that's pretty much it for the card. Will you buy this card for your build, or will you rather go for a more economical gaming OC series? Do let us know in the comment below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.